What's that?
What?
I don't know what that means.
It don't mean anything. Why does everything have to have a meaning with you?
Joy, did you notice there was a lot of dew on the ground this morning here early in Los Angeles? A
Ain't
lot
no
of
dew.
Diet Mountain Dew because
Well,
it
you have
was
enough to
dripping from the trees
First
onto
of all-
the grass. Because I won another case of Diet Mountain Dew, the nectar of the gods, the breakfast of champions.
First of all, Skip, I forgot.
Oh.
Milwaukee Bucks tanked because they want to play the Celtics. My bad. Who thought? Who knew?
Who knew?
But don't worry about it. Come
known.
on, I'm rooting for the Celtics after that performance, that pitiful performance last night. But that's all right. They'll get what they deserve.
Let's see. I've got, I'm plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've lost count of how many cases I'm up.
No. All them triple doubles and all them wins Braun done got the last month.
Yeah.
We even.
Okay.
What was the
how are you?
what was the
What?
free throw?
It's wait. You know what? Thank you.
I forget about
that. Ended last night.
That's not the one we were talking about, right?
Oh, that's not what we're talking about. We just had a whole case bet on Sixers versus Bucks last night.
You go shoot 80% in the playoffs.
Well, it doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, wait. Do you want to double down?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I can't. Boy, this is like candy from a baby.
No, it ain't.
I don't make me
I'm a
do
big
this.
old baby.
Don't make me do this to you.
And I hold on tight to my candy.
Yeah.
Watch LeBron. 80%.
Do you want it?
Might shoot 90 the first round. Make him mad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. 80% for the playoffs. For the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, what am I to do?
I don't know.
Bring me my due.
Do.
That's what you gonna do. Have to bring it to me.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's get started. Let's start with Russell Westbrook. He needed 16 rebounds last night to average a triple-double for the second straight season. But there's been talk that Russ is just padding his stats, and Carmelo even joked about it this week. Russ addressed that before the game. Let's take a listen.
A lot of people make jokes about, whatever, stat padding or going to get rebounds. If people could get 20 rebounds every night, they would. If people could get 15 rebounds, they would. The people that's talking or saying whatever they need to say, they should try and do it and see how hard it is. Since everybody's so, everybody wants to be talking, and I'm tired of hearing the same old rebound this, stealing rebound, all this. I take pride in what I do. Come out and playing, and I get the ball faster than somebody else get to it. That's just what it is. If you don't want it, I'm gonna get it. Simple as that.
Then Russ went out last night and had a career-high 20 rebounds to become the only player in NBA history to average a triple-double 2 seasons in a row. He also added 19 assists, but he only scored 6 points. Let's take a listen to Russ about his record after the game.
Russ, last year you did something that nobody had done in 55 years, and you did it again. Can you explain how you're able to do what you do on a night-to-night basis?
Man, I'm very, very thankful and blessed, man, to go out and compete, man. And like I've said many, many times, I don't take this game for granted. I don't take going on the floor and competing for granted.
Shannon, how impressive is this from Russ?
Before you go, allow me to say, I am now convinced that Russell Westbrook watches think I'm right.
Skip, this is very impressive, but I'm gonna have to put an asterisk by it. And I don't want to not, because I understand what being a professional athlete is about. And to play at the level, Russell Westbrook is great. He's a superstar. But to say that he's not padding his stats, that he's not stealing rebounds, would be disingenuous on my part. Now, as I talk, Skip, they're gonna play something in the background. I kind of like doing voiceover. Did a little TV work once upon a time, and this is what they call a voiceover. And so as I'm talking, this is gonna be playing in the background, Skip. Now, Russell Westbrook needed 16 rebounds to get to average this triple double. Guess what he got, Skip? He had 16 rebounds with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. The last 2 games, he's had 16 rebounds with the fourth quarter still to be played. Skip. Russell Westbrook in his first 8 years, you know how many games he had of 15-plus rebounds? 6. In his last 2 years, he has 22. So either he wasn't playing hard then or he's playing hard now. Which is it, Skip? I need to know. Now, in the last 2 years, Russell Westbrook has led the entire NBA. An NBA that had a guy that lead the league in rebounding, Andre Drummond at 16, DeAndre Jordan at 15.2. He had more missed free throw rebounds than both of those guys. A 6'3" guard. Now, Skip. I mean, what's going on? Now, last 2 years, he led the league in missed free throw rebounding. Kevin Durant's last year, Russell Westbrook was 49. So either he didn't care or he wasn't hustling then or he's hustling more now. I just need to know which it is. I think you and I both know. But as I'm doing this voiceover, Joy, and the people at home can watch this in the monitor, they see what I'm talking about. Now, Billy Donovan says he instructs his team to box out, let Russ get the ball because he can push the ball up faster than they can. So you mean to tell me that if Russell's standing at half court, Steven Adams gets the rebound and passes it to him, the ball will move faster with Russ getting the rebound under the basket and going to half court? I thought you can move the ball faster than someone can rotate. That's what the Warriors tell me. You can be fast, but you can't move faster than that ball. But Russell Westbrook has these unique powers that he can travel faster on the ground than the ball can in the air. I missed something along the way, Skip. You and I both know I'm not trying to discredit Russ because he is great. But to say that he's getting these rebounds like everybody else gets their rebounds, it's almost like he's a running back and he has those guys protecting him. You know, Emmitt Smith had those big old holes because their job was to make sure the holes were open. Steven Adams, boxing out, he only tried to get the rebound. Here come Russ. First of all, Russ got to take a jumper. Why is Russ under the basket? Why is he not challenging? Well, I'm missing something, Skip. You and I both know, Skip. I know, look, you love Russ. He plays hard, and he does. He doesn't cheat the fans. Whether he's at home or on the road, you know you're going to get 100% effort. But to say he didn't stat chase, or he didn't try to get, Skip, think about that. 16 rebounds. He had 20 rebounds. The last guard to have 20 rebounds, one fast lever, played with the Denver Nuggets. A lot of people don't know him, but he was a tremendous two-way guard. He was. 20 rebounds for a 6'3" guard that hadn't been done since 1990. Now, in the last 2 games, he needs 34. He needs 34 rebounds. Joe, in his last 2 games, he gets 16 by the third quarter. That's nothing to look at here. Nothing to see here. Move it along, son. I see everything, and you know it, and I know it. You can't even deny that. Deny it. I dare you to try.
You know what I loved about yesterday's shoot-around interview? Russ got asked a question that had nothing to do with this, and he just launched, I'm convinced, on you. And he said, if I go out and get 15 rebounds, so be it. If I go out and get 20 rebounds, what's wrong with that? And what did he do last night, Shannon Sharp?
He went and got 20.
He got 20. He just ended it off with 20. Boom. Averaged 10.1 for the year.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to congratulate Russell Westbrook on doing something no human has ever done. For the second time, he averaged a triple-double for the entire season. Even you would have to admit that's pretty great.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Stealing rebounds, though.
Stealing rebounds, says Shannon Sharp. So, to me, you are being so unfair, so wrong-headed, so un-Shannon Sharp, because in this case, I would think that greatness would recognize greatness.
Yeah.
That greatness would applaud greatness, because in the end, what is rebounding to me? Number one, it's just being tall, right? You can just be tall and get a lot of rebounds by accident because you're 7'2", right?
Yes.
Or you can anticipate the bounce of the basketball. I thought the greatest knack for that was Dennis Rodman's, because he was a below-the-rim rebounder who could just sort of watch the arc of the shot and think, oh, it's going to be a long rebound or a short rebound, right?
Correct.
And anticipate the carom of the basketball.
Correct.
Or you could just want the thing worse than anybody else wants it, and that is Russell Westbrook, who finally said, a little later in his career, it took a while, I could just outfight any of those 7-footers for the basketball because I want it worse than they
Hold on,
do.
so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
So this fight has always been in him, but the first 8 years, it never surfaced.
Not 8 years, because I'm looking back. Started 6 years ago, so not in his first 3 years. Although he was a very good guard rebounder. He's only 6'3".
6'3".
Okay, so his first 4 years in the league, he goes 4'9", 4'9", 4'6", 4'6". That's still almost 5 rebounds a game, which for most point guards would be pretty decent, right? And then all of a sudden it goes 5'2", 5'7", 7'3", 7'8", 10'7", 10'1". Whoa!
So
Russell Westbrook, as he got his man body in the National Basketball Association,
he got his
man body.
Right.
He said, "Oh, wait a second. My heart is bigger than the heart of a lot of 7-footers." Because even this year, look at the people he out-rebounded per game. This is just shameful. LeBron James, he out-rebounded LeBron. How is that possible?
Because
how about Greek Freak? How could you out-rebound the Freak? How about Kevin Durant, my man that I say is the best player on the planet? He out-rebounded his old man, Kevin Durant, his former co-star, right? How about both of the Gasol brothers? How about Draymond Green? How about Steven Adams, his own teammate? How can you out-rebound them just because your heart is bigger than theirs?
Yeah, it's easy to do. It's easy to rush for more yards than an offensive lineman when he's blocking for you. And that's what Steven Adams did. LeBron James could have 50. First of all, Skip, Russell Westbrook is the only guard that stands on the free throw line every time somebody is shooting the ball. When you look at LeBron, when Tristan's in the game, when Kevin Love's in the game, both of those guys in the game, or Larry Nance Jr. is in the game, LeBron James is not standing at the free throw line trying to get cheap rebounds. Charles Barkley probably would have averaged 20 rebounds.
Where would you, Shannon Sharp, if you were coaching the Oklahoma City Thunder, want your best rebounder? As close to the basket as you could get him. Why wouldn't you? I don't get it. What's wrong with that? Are you trying to disqualify him because he's the quote-unquote point guard?
Skip, I'm saying, what happened to the outlet pass? So are you telling me that Russell Westbrook can get the ball off the rim and dribble to half court quicker than Steven Adams can rebound the ball and throw it to him at half court? Is that what you're telling me?
Who's to say that Steven Adams is a good outlet passer? Because I don't know many. I know Kevin Love. I know Wes Unseld, if I can go way back in the day. But those are the two best by far because most bigs are not that coordinated enough to complete touchdown passes to half court to their breakaway point guard. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Steven Adams.
How many outlet passes have you seen Steven Adams throw in his life?
I mean, think about this. Steven Adams averages 5.1 offensive rebounds a game. And in the last 2 games, he's gotten 2. He's gotten 2 rebounds.
Well, there you go. Now, I told you, last night was stat padding because he needed it and he got it. Against the Memphis Grizzlies. Did it really matter to the standings? Did it matter to the seed?
I mean, how many rebounds would Charles Barkley or Oakley or some of these great rebounders would have had if everybody boxed out so they could get the rebound?
How many more rebounds could Charles Barkley have gotten if he'd really cared about rebounding? No, seriously. Seriously.
Okay,
he really wanted the basketball.
What about Carl Malone? I take Malone. I take Mailman.
He had a big heart.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
So if Mark Eaton and Thurl Bailey and Darryl Griffith and John Stockton they boxed out and say, Mailman, you get that.
If Russell Westbrook had played with Karl Malone would have been motivated like a wild man to say, I ain't letting that point guard come over my back and get the basketball. I'm going to box him out to get the board.
They have it boxed out and they see it's him and they pull their hands down. You saw that. You saw the montage.
Occasionally, and they said they've got a play where Steven Adams will box if the ball, you can't plan it, you can't call it because you don't know where the ball is going to rebound. Right? You don't know where it's going to carry.
Most people's point guard is not standing on the free throw line when the team is shooting free throws.
I don't care how you get the rebounds. You just Joy Taylor. What executive do you love who's still running the Miami Heat? Could you remind me? Pat Riley? What did Pat Riley famously say about winning championships? Do you remember his famous quote?
No.
No rebounds, no rings, right?
Yeah.
That's what he said when he was with the Knicks.
Oh, is that where Rob Parker got that?
Yeah, no, kind of. Yeah, kind of. No rebounds, no rings. So Russell Westbrook has led the Thunder last year to the #1 rebounding team in all of basketball. Where did it get him? Well, they weren't good enough because he didn't have any help except for what was left of Steven Adams, who had gotten his money and didn't really want to play that hard last year. Now he's got help. Now they are the number 2 rebounding team. They're tied for second with Denver. By the way, your guy Jokic, he just got throttled by Taj Gibson last night.
You see the monster numbers he put up.
Yeah, he put up monster numbers until the game was on the line, and then he went for the last, 10 minutes of the game and didn't score? I don't know. But that's Jokic. He's another 7-footer. He's a pretty good rebounder. But the point is, in this case, tied for second with Denver for the best rebounding team in basketball, just behind the top rebounding team, which is the Sixers. We're going to get to the Sixers.
We ain't talking about the Sixers.
Well, we're going to talk about them versus LeBron James. But my point is, Russ makes them one of the best rebounding teams in basketball, which in this postseason, now that he's got Paul George, and now he's got Melo, who, by the way, has averaged 6 rebounds a game for his whole career at 6 feet 8 inches tall. Explain that to me. You can't. He just doesn't have the heart for going after the basketball.
Well, Muggsy Bogues averaged 1 year more rebounds than Brook Lopez.
Okay.
So I can't explain that. But the fact, Skip, I'm not saying Russell is not getting the rebounds. He's getting them. But he's getting them in a very unconventional manner. Normally, teammates in basketball do not box their guy out so someone else can grab the rebound. They box out so they can grab the rebound. We've seen in the montage several occasions. That was just something I just threw together, a little compilation I just put together this morning. Okay. If I'd had some real time, have me an editor. I need to hire me an editor.
Wait, are you? Ooh, did he just take a shot at our staff?
I'm gonna hire me my own. I'm gonna have my own editor. Put my compilation
because
together.
They didn't put a very convincing package together. It didn't convince me.
Oh, they showed that. I didn't even know.
I wasn't.
I was starting to do it like Skip. I don't know if we have this or not. Do we have it? Oh, do we?
Well, all I know is that Russell Westbrook, who you just accused of not defending, do you realize he finished the entire 82-game stretch? What are we watching?
Watch this. Look at this. Really? Really, Skip Bayless? You just saw Steven Adams move out the way so the man could get a ball.
He just pulled his hand back.
Yeah.
Oh, and so how you supposed to rebound if you pull your hand back?
Wait, you want to break your finger?
Who's the
Joy? Don't do that. Joy, you
Shannon Sharp? Who's the best rebounder on the Oklahoma City Thunder? Help me out. Who is it?
Steven Adams.
No, it's not. It's Russell Westbrook. I want Russell to get his hands on his mini balls. Yeah, you don't, and we'll get to why. But before I finish this, you say he does not defend. Do you realize Russell Westbrook in individual defensive win shares finished 23rd in the league? That's pretty great. 23rd, that's a good number. And speaking of number 23, he finished 309. LeBron James was 309. Russell Westbrook defended at a high level.
What about, where did Russell finish in PER and where did LeBron finish? You got that still over there?
No, he finished a little higher.
Oh, little.
LeBron,
just a little?
Yeah, PER just takes into account your offensive production.
Don't do that, Skip. See what you did, Skip.
This was such a sensational year for Russell Westbrook because remember this, he took 254 fewer shots than he took a year ago.
Which means less.
He had more help. He had 60 fewer rebounds because he was sacrificing part of his game for his teammates who could rebound a little bit
Hold on, Skip. He says he works hard every night. So why is he sacrificing rebounding?
Because he
George,
had more help.
Really?
And his usage rate fell pretty dramatically, actually. His usage rate was 42%. That means he had the ball in his hand last year 42% of the time. It was only 34% this year. Yet his plus-minus went all the way up by 134 points, up to 383. He was a plus 383 when he was on the floor. So this team was much better. Even though the record's the same, this team is much better and much more dangerous in the postseason because Russ's turnovers are down by 57 from a year ago. His steals are up by 15. He just had a much better all-around basketball year while continuing to play as hard night in and night out, possession after possession, as I've ever seen anybody play in all my years watching the NBA. And you are trying to rip and slash.
I'm trying to figure out why was his rebounding? Why was he sacrificing rebounding?
Because he had better rebounders. He's down 60 from last year.
You just told me that Carmelo Anthony was a pathetic rebounder at 6 foot 8 inches tall. That's what you just told me.
He's a shameful.
You told me that Steven Adams is terrible. How can Steven Adams at 7 foot tall?
Well, he bounced back. He bounced back this year. He's up to 9. So that's realistic for him.
I'm just trying to figure out in his first 8 years, when he had only 6 games of 15 or more rebounding, what transpired over the last 2? Where did this sudden burst come from?
It came from a year ago. I told you he decided, oh, wait a second. there's this thing called the triple-double, and everybody focuses on this. I think it's a big deal. So why don't I average a triple-double for the whole year to get even with Kevin Durant for leaving me high and dry by myself in Oklahoma City? Because I can do this, and it will win me the MVP. Did it win him the MVP last year?
Well, maybe Kevin Durant is a wizard because maybe that was a foreshadowing of what to come because he kind of saw it in his last year in OKC. I see where this is heading. Let me get on higher ground before I get drowned in this monsoon that is Russell Westbrook.
Okay. I agree with that. And I've said many times, I love to watch Russ play because he plays so hard. I would not personally want to play with him because I think it would be very difficult to play with him. But he did show me some humility this year. He did sacrifice some for those two new guys. And they are a much better basketball team. And if they can get by Utah, and they do have home court advantage over Utah as the 4 versus the 5.
Right.
If they get by Utah, they will beat the Rockets, and they will get to Kevin Durant in the finals. That's what's about to happen. Watch. Just watch. The tough one's going to be Utah. This might be the toughest series of those 3, actually. It just might be.
I just need you to admit that what you saw, that Russell stat pads, that Russell.
They just set up their best rebounder, their most ferocious, intense rebounder to get as many as he can get. And I love it. I would do the same. If I were Billy Donovan, I'd say, get all you can get.
You know, I used to be a running back. You know why I stopped being a running back?
No.
Because I felt the offensive line blocked harder for the other guy than they did me. And I got tired of talking about, well, who man was that? My bad, Sharp. My bad. I get him next time. I said, don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it next time because I'm about to move to tight end. So
really?
Russell Westbrook, they boxing out. I've never heard of this. I've been following basketball almost all my life. I've never heard of in basketball, I'm going to box out so somebody else can get the rebound. Really?
So now, can we get to the bottom line of this discussion? Can we get to the deep down, subliminal, psychological motivation for one LaShannon Sharp?
Oh, stop it. No,
can we please?
No, we can't.
Because here's the problem. LeBron James discovered triple-doubles
Oh, my goodness.
too late. He came late to the party because I'm looking at these 6 years in here from let's go from his first year in Miami through his first 2 years back in Cleveland. That's 6 straight years. He had 14 total triple-doubles in those years. A 4, a 0, a 4, a 1, a 2, a 3. Then all of a sudden, what happened the last 2 years? LeBron said, ooh, Russ is on to something. So he had 13 last year, and this year, LeBron finished with 18 triple-doubles. Why was that, Shannon Sharp?
Because that's what his team needed.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It's what he needed to try to, quote, chase Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Skip.
Yeah.
We don't.
That's what it is.
That's not what we do.
It's okay.
We chart our own path. As you can see, the way we've done things. We will move teams because we're unconcerned. See, legacy is what someone else is. I determine my legacy. Now, you can say, well, he left this to go join D-Wade. Or he went back to go join Kyrie. Or he might leave again to go join Joel Embiid.
He might.
He just might. But that's him.
You know what? If LeBron had discovered triple-doubles starting in maybe his 2nd or 3rd year, he could have averaged a triple-double many times in here, and you could be making your case. He's better than Jordan.
But LeBron don't stats pad.
Oh, no?
No, he don't take that.
He didn't lead the – wait, who led the league in minutes played?
Iron Man.
Iron Man LeBron because he was stat.
Russ said it best. If someone else could get 20 rebounds a night, they would do it.
I guarantee you. I tell you what. If somebody would just box out to make sure Andre Drummond get the rebound, I guarantee you Andre Drummond could average 20 plus
Russ
rebounds.
has a motor like nobody else. He wants it more.
Yeah.
Why don't they start boxing out for LeBron?
No, because LeBron, no. Because why we think Kevin Love $22 million and Tristan Thompson $15 million? I would give up so much.
Well, LeBron has no one to thank but himself for that Tristan Thompson contract. So don't throw that out there. We know why he got that contract. Didn't you guys have due on the Nuggets game too?
We did. No, you lost 2 cases last night. I forgot about that.
Well, 3 with the LeBron.
Joy, stop dry snitching. I can tell you a
Dry
little.
snitching. I'm just keeping track.
No, I don't think. I think you rescinded your due bet on the Nuggets when you found out it was happening.
First of all, you can tell Joy a little sister because she tell everything.
I don't tell everything.
Yeah, you do.
I remember everything.
Yeah, you do. You tell it.
Have the Patriots already found Tom Brady's replacement? We'll discuss that next.